Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today, it is Monday, April 21st, and we're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. Check this post out from Flare. Flare is unlocking something powerful, secure, trust-minimized full-chain abstraction with T's, trusted execution environments, as well as protocol-managed wallets, enshrined protocols, Flare Data Connector, and Flare Systems protocols. T's is the secure hardware that only acts with valid Flare validator signatures. They power PMWs, allowing protocols on Flare to execute transactions on other chains based on Flare's consensus, with no external trust assumptions. Enshrined protocols. FDC proves a transaction involving a PMW transaction occurred on another chain. FSP ensures T's only sign outbound transactions triggered by valid smart contracts output on Flare, extending Flare's consensus to external chains. This isn't just Bridge 2.0, it's chain abstraction. Users interact with one protocol on Flare. That protocol executes across chains, Bitcoin, XRP, Dogecoin, and more behind the scenes. What this means for you, use XRP, Bitcoin, Doge natively in DeFi on Flare. No wrapping and no bridging risk. Combine liquidity plus functionality across chains. Cross-chain lending, staking, trading from one app. It's not just safer, it's smarter, and you'll experience it firsthand with F-Assets V2, XRP staking, and much more. And then we have this from Jack the Rippler. Coinbase's launch of XRP derivatives is set to go live within the next 24 hours. That's a lot of DeFi coming to XRP right there. As soon as Flare 2.0 goes live and we get FXRP, as soon as this Coinbase XRP derivatives goes live, XRP is the biggest token in the world. It is. It has the most excitement behind it. I'm not talking about my market cap. We know that's Bitcoin. But it is only a matter of time before Bitcoin's lunch gets eaten by XRP. I'll say it. XRP is going to be that lunch-stealing bad boy. All right? No one's going to like XRP. No one already does. The whole time I've been in crypto for 8 years, XRP has been the black sheep of the market. Why? Because Ripple was playing with regulators. Everyone else was saying, ooh, we're too good for regulators. We're going to skip you guys and circumvent them. Bitcoin's going to go bottom up and take over and destroy the banks. Down with the banks, man. You got Jack Mueller over there saying, down with the banks, man. And now he's fighting to get Bitcoin in with these financial institutions. You can't even make this shit up, man. These people switch every few years. And in a few years, they're going to be saying Bitcoin's not a store of value and it's not akin to gold. Okay, they're going to make up some new thing that it is. And we all know what it is, man. There's nothing wrong with calling out a failed product. Just saying, hey, it did really well for what it was. And now going forward, there's better stuff. Zach Rector said, banks are predicting $12.50 XRP, and yet Twitter talking heads are trying to argue that we won't even break $5. Rector's got a great point. We got people who are predicting big things for XRP. We got Jimmy Valley saying we're going to 30,000. You're going to listen to some fool on Twitter who wasn't buying at 20 cents in the summer of 2019 because he was tribalistically holding ETH? Yeah, we're all right on that, dog.
It might be easy if you take a deep breath, lift from the knees, and shove it up your butt.
And Joe Platform gets it. From what I understand, XRP cannot even be used at $2.05, not even at $10. To move volumes of money, it has to be way higher. It has a utility, am I wrong? Joe Platform, you get it, dog. There it is. XRP is going after Swift, as well as derivatives, as well as Forex. There's too much money that's going to be moved. We're talking about quadrillions of dollars annually. Now, let's just even say that we are going after 1 trillion. Okay, let's say that somebody wanted to move $1 trillion using XRP at this current price. XRP, let's just call it $2 for our argument's sake. You would need 500 billion XRP to move $1 trillion right now. There aren't 500 billion XRP. There's only 100 billion XRP. There's actually less than that because there's a burn rate. Don't you get it? Are you not seeing where this is going? XRP can't be used for its use case at this price. It's going to help these financial institutions move this money, man. Currently, Swift is helping 11,000 partners move $2 quadrillion plus a year. That's what they're doing. They're helping these 11,000 companies move over $2 quadrillion a year. You don't think that Ripple could help them and steal their fucking lunch? You don't think that Ripple could take that cake? I think there are. I think it's confirmed, man. This shit's been written. Jumping back to Flare. And what people don't understand is that Flare and XRP are intrinsically tied together. Flare was an asset that was helped in part get built by Ripple. Ripple gave Flare Networks a grant. They were a part of the X-Spring grants given out to entrepreneurs to build on top of the XRPL. In Flare, Hugo made a big bald move. We're not building on top of the XRPL just for you. We're building a layer 1 for everybody. And yeah, XRP is going to benefit. We're always going to be here to benefit XRP first and foremost. Bitcoin, Doge, XRP, Litecoin used to be on that list. I'm unsure why they weren't named in that tweet. But as we see Leader Alpha says, Flare Networks is now processing about 30% more real-time transactions per second than Hedera, a testament of Flare DeFi adoption. That's incredible. 30% more transactions per second than Hedera. How long has Hedera been out? How long has Flare been out? Flare is a really good product, man. Flare technically brings some stuff to the table that others don't. We're talking about the validators. We're talking about the FTSOs. We're talking about the Ts. We're talking about the PMWs. And you know, it's interesting. I covered Hedera a few weeks ago. Maybe it was last week I covered Hedera. And I've been seeing some posts on the internet, people not impressed with Hedera's board. Look at this guy here. Leader Alpha says, Hedera's board on top of executives is a hype front, in my opinion. And their tech is no longer special. Chains like Sui make it look vintage. Hey, this is the opinions of one man, okay? And Flare just keeps building. It's a challenging time for many builders and founders, but you're not alone. We'll keep showing up to connect, build, and create a space to support each other. Let's link at ETH Global Prague, XRP Las Vegas, ETH Belgrade, and XRPL Apex. So Flare, man, Flare's playing both sides of the fence. You think they're just showing up to XRP events? No. They're showing up to ETH events too. And they're showing up ready to build. They're showing up with devs. You want to build? Build on Flare. I'm impressed by what Hugo and Co are doing. I'll say this, Hugo and Co have not taken any of the criticism and fucking let it get to them, man. They have kept building. They have kept building. It's been over 4 years since the airdrop was announced, okay? We're talking about December of 2020. The airdrop was announced. Now, the airdrop didn't actually happen until 2 years later. And if you think about that, the airdrop's been happening. How much more do we have left on our Flare drops? We can't have more than a year. We got to be right around there where there's only a year left of Flare drops. There were 36 monthly airdrops. How fast does time go when you're in crypto, man? You meet a lady, you have a kid, you're playing crypto, you get a job. All of a sudden, your life's over, dude. You wake up, you're dead. You're like, holy shit, dude, did XRP moon yet? Minus Woe says, congratulations to the Flare networks for hitting a new total volume locked all time. I look forward to F assets running wild. Absolutely huge, man. We're processing more transactions per second than Hedera. We have a new all-time high for total volume locked. Man, I don't care what the price is. The fact is that things are getting better and better from a technical standpoint for Flare. Meanwhile, Flare is sitting at 0.016 cents. Look at that all-time chart. We're number 62 all-time out of all 30 million cryptocurrencies in existence, with a market cap of slightly over 1 billion. When Flare connects Bitcoin, Doge, XRP, and Litecoin to DeFi, and you don't even have to leave the chain, but you can take part in other chains' DeFi as well, what do you think is going to happen to this market cap, man, as people come onto Flare to play DeFi? I'm trying to be in assets that are going to be here for the next 5 to 10 years, and I'm trying to be in assets that are going to be worth more in 5 to 10 years than they are today. If you've been stacking Flare, if you're a Flare whale, dude, you're going to be so thankful for yourself. Your future self's going to be so thankful that you stayed through the FUD. Look at this. This is from the Flare community on April 9th, okay? If you have 0 to 100 Flare, you're a plankton. If you have 100 to 500, you're an anchovy. To be a sardine, 500 to 1K Flare. You start moving up, you're a herring, 1K to 5K. Look at this, a mackerel, 5K to 10K. A salmon, 10K to 50K. A tuna, 50K to 100K. Swordfish, 100K to 250K. A marlin has 250K to 500K Flare. And then you start getting up there, man. I think this is when you start hitting the whale status. The sailfish, 500K to 1 million. The shark, 1 million to 5 million. The tiger shark, 5 million to 10 mil. Blue whale, 10 mil to 25 mil. Great white, 25 to 50. Orca, 50 to 100. And a whale, over 100 million Flare. All right? So this is from the Flare community. The Flare community are the guys who brought us the block bones. All right? I'm a big fan of the block bones, man. Check this one out. Look at this astronaut block bones. Rocking some what look like pit vipers. Gold teeth and headphones, man. Bro, go get yourself a block bones. Block bones are coming out with rarity-based rewards. I'm unsure if they've already come out. I haven't looked into block bones in a little while. I own 4 or 5 block bones. They're fully fused, okay? If anyone wants a block bone just based on this, I'll give one away, man. If you're watching this video and you want a block bones, I will give one away. Comment down below, I want a block bones, and I'll hook you up, man. And so that's something that I repeat here on the show a lot, is that you want to be an asset that's going to be here for 5 to 10 years. You want to be an asset that's going to continue growing for the next 5 to 10 years, because all boats are going to rise, man. When the overall market cap of crypto hits 10, 20, 30, 50 trillion dollars, blockchains that are primed to be used are going to see this money flow in. HBar, Algo, Flare, XRP. These networks are going to see use. They've set themselves up with use case institutions to be used. But not only that, you got to take care of yourself for the next 5 to 10 years, man. Because what's it all going to be worth if you're not here? Did you go on this whole journey just to fucking croak out before you make it? Come on. The answer is no, you didn't. You got to take care of yourself so you're here. So you're here to live your best life when you do it, man. You're not dollar cost averaging right now, holding yourself back from eating the nice lunches and nice dinners. That way you can't enjoy yourself in 5 to 10 years. That's not why you're doing it. You're not doing it so you're not here. You're doing it so that in 5 to 10 years, you're better off than you are right now. Take care of your future self. Listen to this post, all right? I'm going to loop this all back together. So this is on top of something from 60 Minutes, all right? From Nick, who says the DeepMind CEO believes all diseases will be cured in about 10 years. This is from a 60 Minutes episode. In Vitro from @ItterIntellectus says, most people still imagine the future as a linear progression of present because that's how the human brain has survived for 200,000 years. Problem is, we just left that timeline. Curve bent upward and we are riding the exponential. AlphaFold and Evo didn't just predict some protein shapes or DNA sequences. They opened up the backdoor of life, which allow us to code biology as if it was software. Combine that with robotic wet labs that never sleep, foundation models that can design viable drug scaffolds before lunch, and cloud-scale simulation stacks that test those ideas millions of times a day. The old pharma roadmap looks like sending messages with pigeons. Curing all illnesses in 10 years is not even hype. It's a conservative extrapolation from the slope we're already on. By 2030, being sick will be optional. The standard will be version-controlled, real-time, and personal. Most diseases will be eradicated, or at least treatable at home before they even make you sick. Think about it like this. If you took someone born in 1900 and dropped them into 2025, antibiotics, jet travel, GPS, and pocket supercomputers would sound like pure magic. We're about to experience that same delta compressed into the span of a decade. 10 years is the new century. So here's the only thing that actually matters. Don't die. Skip the obviously stupid risks. Hit the gym, sleep enough, and eat well. Staying alive long enough to cross this threshold is the only thing that should worry you. Everything else is irrelevant in comparison. We're not just living through history, we're actively compiling the next release of the human being. And XRP and cryptocurrency are a part of this, mate. All right, they are. You're going to want to be a baller in the future. You're going to want to be able to go out for nice lunches, take your kids out, take your wife out. In the future, man. You know, I don't want to say fuck the present, but you could survive some hardship right now. You're here. You're here right now, you're doing good. What's a little bit more, man? You've already survived this long. What's a little bit more? What's one more lunch you got to skip? Bro, you know how long I ate peanut butter and honey sandwiches? I was in that Amazon van, man, summer of 2019. They were giving us t-shirts that said, delivery hero. Anyways, I needed money. Every day you showed up to that job, you got $200. It was a 10-hour shift, all right? Sometimes you got to leave early and you still got the full 200. The only rule was that you couldn't work more than 6 days a week in a row. That was the only rule. Now, because the shifts were 10 hours, I immediately knew that 5th and 6th day were all overtime. If you can convince yourself to work that 5th and 6th day, dude, it's not just 200 that day, it's time and a half, 300 that day, all right? You're adding up 4 days a week times 200, that's $800. You add another 6 onto that? That's $1,400. I did this hard, man. You know how much I fucking hated that shit, dude? Getting out of that van, throwing shit on people's fucking porch, looking for it in the back, dude. We lost friends to Gatorade slips, dog. Pissing in Gatorade bottles in the trunk, man. This is how you had to live, dude. This was COVID. There was no fucking toilets. You went into a QFC, they said, sorry, bubs. Not even customers could use the toilet. And so where am I going with this, man? Sacrifice the now for the future. Get yourself on the Flare and XRP rich list. You only need 2,500 tokens to be on the XRP rich list, man. Then you're in the top 10%. You don't need much Flare to be on that list. Get more than a plankton, okay? Flare's only 1.6 cents. Throw a few $100 at Flare. Throw it in your Bifrost wallet. Delegate it to the Google Cloud. You can now tell people you're working third party for Google Cloud. You don't see where this is going, man? You know, to be an FTSO, you have to have at least 30 million Flare tokens. We know that Google has over 30 million Flare. Think about that, because if you're running that FTSO, you're getting rewards too. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that the people running FTSOs aren't doing it for free. I'm hyped for Flare and XRP, man. I'm glad that it's coming to fruition. Everyone was giving Hugo a lot of fleek for a long time, man, just because of how long everything's taken. Good things take time. You can't rush genius. You can't rush fucking good tech, man. Give it the time to pan out. You know, when people give you a white paper, people give you an idea, it sounds good on paper. I gotta say, the idea that Flare is rolling with now is better than the original one. Flare 2.0. Come on. Let's go, Hugo. We're all rooting for you, man. Flare 2.0 is going to be huge, and it's going to help benefit XRP holders as well. I'm here for it. I can't wait to take part, man. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Until next time.